Namaste and welcome. Today we are in the class 10 textbook that is Travel and Adventures in Unit 14. There we are going to talk about the poem Weathers written by Thomas Hardy. Welcome to all of the students. Our poem is Weather, and this poem is written by Thomas Hardy and myself, G.N. Whittle, presenting you for the supporting materials. At first, let's look at the pictures. So we have two pictures in the textbook. The first pictures that signifies winter season, and second pictures that seems greenery that signifies spring season. So there are two questions relating to the pictures. What season do these pictures represent? So one picture represents winter season and another picture represents winter season. What difference do you notice between two pictures? So in the first picture we see everything is brown and down, weather is not so favorable, but in the second picture we see the weather is very favorable and we see the bird is happy, but in the first picture we do not see the bird is happy. Let us continue. Okay, let us go through some words. Showers, that is a gentle rain or diesel, that is what we call simsimi pani in Nepali. In the same way we have bitambal, that means to shake or fall downwards. Hallaunu or talatira jhuknu. Chestnut, that is a kind of a tree. We say katus in Nepali. Spike, that is a sharp or the pointed object. Nestling, that young birds. Bills, that is a hook or with the big pop, or it also means sings here in the poem. Speak Muslim, that is a transparent decorated cotton clothes, what we call malmal ko kapada in Nepali. A sun, that means avoid, or that also means hate. Bridge, that is a tree, tree with the shiny leaves and the small nuts, what we call bhojpatra in Nepali. Tones, that is grayish color. Thresh, that is separate grains, what we call daigaro or daunigaro. Throw, beat hard rhythmically, and throw, that means deadly pain or cry in the pen. At first, let us read the poem. The title is Weather. This is a very successful poem by Thomas Hardy. This is a lyrical poem. It can be sung in Nepali tune as well as in English tune as well as in any pop or rock tune as well. So this is a very beautiful. We'll try our best. So let me read the poem at first. This is the weather, the cuckoo lies, and so do I. When the sour betumbles, the chestnuts pipe and nestling fly, and the little brown nightingale will his best, and they sit outside at the traveller rest, and mates comfort, speak Muslim dress, and citizen dream of south and west, and so do I. This is the weather, the safer sons, and so do I. When beaches drip in brown and dunes, and thresh and fly, and hilly tides throw on throw, and meadow rivulets overflow, and drops on the gate bars hang in a row, and rocks in the family houseward grow, and so do I. So if we see this poem, this is a very beautiful poem. So let me tell what the poem is about. So there are two stanzas in the poem. The first stanza is talking about the spring season in the UK, and the second stanza is talking about the winter season in the UK. So the first stanza talks that the cuckoo prefers or the loves the weather spring and because it is very favorable and it is very beautiful for the bird. And so does the poet. Means poet also loves the spring season because the sour, that means the gentle rain, tumbles means gently the chestnut pikes. Pikes means that thrones, and nesting fly in the same time. Nesting fly after when the sour tumbles the chestnut pike. And the brown, that nightingale, that is a small singing bird that bills means sings his best means hears song. And they sit outside at the traveler rest. The traveler rest is a name of an inn, an inn. That is a place where the traveler rests. So what we call in Nepali dharmasala, and the maids come forth speak Muslim dress. So maid means unmarried young girls, and comfort means come in a public place, and speak Muslim, that is a phrase that means a transparent and very beautiful dress they wear, and they come. And citizen mean the people, they dream means here plan of south and west. And so do I poet also plans of south and west, especially in the time of the spring. UK people, they, that is the time for holiday, and they plan to go to the different place, especially nearby the coastal area or in a sunny place. And if we see the poem, uh, it can be interpreted that it is very beautiful, and the bird sings there, and the beautiful girls also come to the public place with their very beautiful dress, that speak Muslim dress, what we call malmal kapara in Nepali. And these citizen people, especially that mean, and dream is plan of south and west. Some plan to go to the south, some plan to go to the west. Perhaps somebody might be planning to meet the um, girl in the south. Somebody might be planning to meet the girl in the west. Somebody may be planning to love the girl in the west, and love the girl in the west, or the to go the south and west on love with them, and have a merit or like that. So everything in this stanza, we see everything is very good and fine. But if we see the second stanza, that is related to the winter season, and this is the way that the shepherd sons, even the shepherd does not like that, or dislike that, or hates that, and the poet also hates that, and so do I, means the poet also hates that, or the sons that are dislikes that. And which is that is a tree, what we call भोजपत्र in Nepali, brown and भोजपत्रका पातहरू खर्लङ्ग झरे सुकेर खैरा भएर झर्छन्. Or these the trees, they change their leaf, every leaves change into brown and browns, and they drip, they change, and they fall. And thresh and ply, this is the time they have to thresh uh, the grain, and they have to ply means pay the loan that they took when they went to the south and west, when they made their plan, and they might have taken the loan. So this is the time they have to pay the loan. And at this time, the sky is also not favorable. So thunder comes there, heat, that is thunder comes there, and throw, it makes a very hard sound, especially rhythmically. And throw means cry in a pain. And so pain and pain are the grang grang, it does there in the sky. And the rain starts coming, and the meadow rivulets overflow. Like rivulets means small rivers, like that follows the water. So this kulesa also, what kholsa we say, kholsi we say, they also overflow with the water. And the water drops are hangs on gates and bars, especially on the wooden gates and bars. And the migrated birds, those birds which came um, to enjoy the spring season, they also does not like, sorry, they do not like the weather, and they decided to go home, and they migrate to their home. And so do I, means the writer also migrates to his home, or backs to his home. He might have been there to the west or south, right? But the weather is not good now, he has to return, and it is also the time to thresh and ply. He might have taken the loan, now it is the time to pay the loan. So he does not like, everybody like when they get the money, but nobody likes when they have to pay or apply the money. So this is the case. So this poem is very beautiful, and it can be sung either in Nepali tune or in English tune or even in the rock or hip hop or any types of lyrics. So it can have the beauty and the enjoyment however you like. So if you like to sing it in Nepali tune, तिम्रो आँखामा के छ बादल बादल बादल, in this way you can do. This is the weather, the cuckoo lies, and so do I, and so do I. So you can go in another tune. When the sour tumbles, the chestnuts by, and the nestling fly, like that you can go like the modern song. Or you may go in the, some way in the hip hop or the pop way. This is the way the cuckoo lies, and so do I, and so do I. When sour tumbles, the chestnut pie, and nestling fly, and nestling fly. In this way also you can go. So you can read out or you can sing this in any way you like it. Okay, students. Now we talk about the summary of the poem in very short. The poem Weather is a beautiful lyrical poem. He talks, means the writer talks about the spring and the winter season in the UK. In the first stanza, he talks about the beauty and the liveliness of the spring season. He says that the rain flows gently over the chestnut trees in this season, and the nightingale sings well. The people come out to enjoy the weather, and the birds sings and the birds sing. The girls are seen in their fine clothes, and the people plan to visit different places. The second stanza, he talks about the dullness and the laziness of the winter season, the cool, damp, and the wet weather. He says that the shepherd dislikes this weather, and the bridge, that is tree, turns dry and brown and move around in the wind. And the rain a lot rains a lot rains a lot, and the rain or the water drop hangs on the wooden horizontal field gates, and the birds, that is rock, retire to their home and says it is like the weather because the winter is not is very cold, and we may say that symbolically the poem represents the bright and the dark aspect of the life. The spring represents the bright aspect of the life, and that winter represents the dark aspect of the life. Our life has both aspect, dark aspect and bright aspect. Now we go to the exercise. So find the words from the poem that are similar in meaning to the following words or phrase. The first word or the phrase is a brief and usually light fall of the rain, that is shower, and the sings, that is bills. Similarly, young woman, that means maids, and to be tumble about or throw into disorder, that is be tumble, and uh, that is next is the baby birds, that is surely nestling. Dislike, that is sons, and a dull grayish brown color, that is dawns, and it beat or sound with a strong regular rhythm, that is throb, and a small river or stream, that is rivulets. Now we go to the question answers. The textbook answer the following question. First question is, what do nestling do in the spring? So we can say nestling fly in the spring. The same way we have the next question. What does the nightingale do? The nightingale believes best and sit outside the traveler rest. We can see. How do girls come out in the spring? And they come forth in the spring Muslim dress. And next, what plan do people make? People make plans of going south and west. What happens to the bridge in the winter? They drip in brown and similarly, we have other questions. Where do rocks go? Why do they migrate? They go back to their home. They migrate because they do not have favorable weather. Does the poet enjoy the winter or the spring? Why? So the poet enjoys the spring because he likes the spring and travels south and west. Now complete the interpretation of the poem using the suitable words or phrases given there. So chestnuts, Thomas Hardy, young girls, south and west, severity, sunny, beaches, and rocks and given there. Are given there. So the poem Weather was composed by an English poet, Thomas Hardy. He talks about two different seasons, which are spring and winter. In the first stanza, the pleasant spring season is described. Cuckoo and nightingale feels good in this season. The light rain follows over the pointed leaves of the chestnut tree. The poet is pleased as the nightingale sings at his best tune. People come out of their house to enjoy the weather and the birds song. Young girls are seen in their fine clothes, and the people plan to visit different places of south and west. To an English person, the south and the west are associated with the summer holiday destinations where the weather at that time is often warm and sunny, and many coastal towns provide welcoming accommodations and amusements. The weather as it is liked by all the birds, animals, humans as well. The second stanza, he talks about the winter's coldness and severity. All the natural beauty turns into the dullness and discomfort. The cuckoo hates this weather, and even the safer hates this weather, and the bridge is drawn dry and brown as their leaves are traced by the wind, and the water drops hangs from the wooden bars of gates. One can see some streams of overflow as it has been raining a lot. The rock fly to their home as a harassness of winter gradually grows. The poet dislikes the winter season because it is very cold and wet. Symbolically, the poet tries to state the bright and dark aspect of human life, and the world weather indicates the human life, and the spring represents the bright, whereas winter represents the dark part of our life.